Hello and welcome to the Philippines. This is a walking tour from the Uptown area of Cebu City. There's Robinson's Mall there, and this is Fuente Osmeña traffic circle, a large traffic circle, big park in the center. I'm going to be pointing out a number of things along the way. And just on the right here is the what's it called? Raja Park Hotel. I think they have a casino in there as well. And this is a 360-degree video. Now, many of you watch on your cell phones, and if you have a smart cell phone, you just turn the direction of the cell phone and you can look around in 360 degrees, up and down and all around. A few people, very few people, complain about the quality and go down into the settings in YouTube, whatever device you're using, lower right hand corner usually, and change the quality. I know when I'm watching 360 degree, YouTube defaults to a very low quality, 144 or 240, something like that. And I've done this in 8K. I'm using a Insta360 X4, which does 8K 360 degree video, and I upload it in 4K. So that's spread over 360 degrees. And yeah, this big traffic circle, lots of, there's fast food places, commercial buildings, medical buildings, just a bunch of stuff around here. Over to the left, there's another Robinson's Mall. There's two Robinson's Malls, Cybergate and Fuente, Robinson's Fuente. And Fuente one has a grocery store and hardware store. The Cybergate, Robinson Cybergate, has more of fast food type places. Robinson's Fuente is more of a department store. They've got clothing and appliances, all that sort of thing. I lived here over a year before I knew there was a second Robinson's, and there was another vlogger doing a video, and he said, I'm at Robinson's on Fuente Circle," and I said, "No, that doesn't look like the Robinson's I know." And so I asked him, and he told me, "Yeah, there's one across across the circle." Anyway, you have what's very common, many streets in the Philippines, cities, is to have lots of pharmacies, little pharmacies, often open to the street. And Watson's there, back there a bit, was one that was actually closed and air conditioned, which is nice. Go down that street and we'll take you down towards Mango Square, kilometer or two. There are several hospitals in this Uptown area. We're going to walk by Cebu Doctors Hospital here in a bit, just off to the right, and you've got over to the left, not too far off of Fuente Osmeña Circle, is Chunghwa. There's two Chunghwas, one over in Mandawi, the newer one over in Mandawi. And you've got a couple other hospitals very near to this Uptown area as well. As you can see, and if you're on a laptop or tablet, just use the if it's a touchscreen, use the touchscreen to move around. I've found that on my laptop, if I am in full screen mode, I can even zoom in and zoom out. If I'm just using a smaller screen mode, I cannot do that. So you can stop the video, you can scroll around. If you don't have a touchscreen, up in the upper left-hand corner, there's a little icon up there, and you can use it to scroll around and up and down also. 99% of the people who have 360-degree cameras do not put up the full version like I do. And they will make a flat video out of it. They will put what's called keyframes in the editing. Say, okay, I want them to look over here now. Now I want them to look over here, and it's just like a regular video. I put the whole thing up, and very large. This was, I think, my file was, before I edited it, it was like 19 gigabytes. That's a lot of gigabytes. That's a huge file. My editing program will condense that down a bit, and then YouTube condenses down also. Even though I'll upload 4K, they compress videos to save, because they got to store millions and millions and millions of videos every day. They compress it down, loses a little bit of quality, but I upload it in 4K, and they'll bring it down to probably 3 or 4 gigabytes. Now, if depending upon the device you're watching on, your device could have some issues, even editing. Occasionally, if I have anything else going on my computer will struggle a little bit, having a couple things going on and editing 8K video as well. With the many hospitals in the Uptown area, you've got quite a number of hotels up and down the side streets. Lots to choose from, and you can do a search with Booking.com, Agoda.com, those types of places, TripAdvisor, to find a lot of, if you're going to be wanting to be in the Uptown area. And you know, the Uptown area is just a term. I've never seen it spelled out as these are the boundaries to the Uptown area. It's just got that name, this general area. And I like the area. You've got the circle with a couple of malls. You've got up and down side streets. You got Mango Avenue going one way. You've got Osmeña Boulevard going another way with various hotels and eateries, and I'm off on a side street that has a bar or two and restaurants and pharmacies, banks. So everything is pretty convenient up in this area. They were putting in a new transportation plan called BRT, Bus Rapid Transit. And if you look over, if you're facing the same way I am, walking straight over to the left, you can see that they have cordoned off, blocked off one lane, and there's going to be bus rapid transit. It's going to be dedicated for buses. They've done a similar thing on freeways and streets up in the Manila area. So it's just for buses basically, and they may allow other types of vehicles certain times of the day. But a lot of controversy. It's been delayed for many years, and they finally started working on it. I thought it was a good idea when I first started reading about it, but as I see it progressing, there's a lot of debate among politicians and other people that it's going to make traffic worse. But one person said, well, the purpose of it is not to make traffic better, it's to supply regular transportation to so many of the average Filipinos who don't have cars or motorbikes. There have been calls to cancel it completely, and other people who want to expand it. So we'll just, over the years, like I said, it's been, they got a loan from Japan, I think, Japan or Korea. And, their loan agreement had pretty much run out by the time they started this, is what I think I've read, my perception of what I've read. A lot of medical buildings off to the right here, Cebu Doctors, I think, right up here. I think cars pulling in here to drop people off, pick people up. Cebu Doctors Hospital. I've been in there. I've had some minor surgery in there. I had an infection on my leg. I picked up in California before I came over, and it kept getting worse. I don't know if it was insect bite, spider bite, or something. About a year ago, I also had some skin cancer cut off, and my charge, I think the use of the operating room and the hospital charge was 5,000 pesos, a little less than 100, and the doctor's charge was 6,000 pesos, just a tad over $100. And the hospital would take credit card, the doctor wanted cash. It's good to know those things ahead of time. I recently went to a dentist I've been using for a while, very happy with. And, it's very convenient to pay things with credit card. Then you have a record of what you've spent, just so you pay that credit card off, so you're not accumulating a lot of interest. And in fact, I use Capital One. It's they don't charge any international fees. A lot of credit cards charge an extra 2-3% for international transactions. They do not. I'll put a link in the description to Capital One. They actually they will pay me just a little bit if you sign up with them, but it is one of the cards. I've got a Visa and also a MasterCard with them. And never have any issues. I've used it in Korea, Vietnam, and the Philippines extensively without any issues. Now you can see they blocked off with a big blue barrier part of that construction there, and they're building an area. We're getting close to the Capitol, and there was some debate about they were going to put in a big bus type terminal up in this area, and there's some law that you're not allowed without proper permission to build infrastructure within a certain buildings or infrastructure within a certain space around the Capitol. Um, Something like that. Some law that restricted. So they put a stop to this construction here for the time being until they make a plan and get it approved, I think. I regularly get asked comments and emails about advice for dentists, doctors, condominiums, where to live, and I've got 13, almost 1,400 videos up, I think, over 9 years about, and a lot of dental medical playlist with a lot of information about medical and dental. I've got playlists for condos and hotels. If you want to look around inside, what do they rent for? What should you know about renting and leasing? I'm gonna do a video about the leases I've seen here in the very near future. Uh, Got a bunch of different playlists. You can just travel and information on weather. I've also started including information if you want to support the channel through PayPal, through Buy Me a Coffee, something like that. Links to that in the first comment. I pinned my comment, and I gave that up for a long time. I was only averaging maybe $20, 1,000 pesos or less per month averaging. So I just quit doing that entirely. But not just for me, but almost everyone, even in many other categories of videos, not just Philippines. People are saying, yeah, their revenue's dropping way down because of competition with other vloggers is one, but mostly competition with Facebook and TikTok and all these other social media. So anyway, if you want to support the channel, there are links in the first comment. I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming along. This is Escario Street. I'm going to head for my dentist. Capital is just across the street there.